The Lord is saying that those who are united in meditation with me and worshipping me with love, I confer that yoga of wisdom through which they attain me. Now that yoga of wisdom, is that the same as the knowledge of the Jnani Bhakt, which you were speaking of in chapter 439 the other night? What is the yoga?
A Jnani Bhakt, he obeys the master and he obeys all that he says. Isn't it? And since he obeys him, he is merely doing what the master would like him to do. Satata yuktam. Constantly they stay in obedience. They'll do only what the master would will them or wish them to do. And if he's doing only that, so what will he give him? He'll give him buddhi yogam. Buddhi yoga with the master. He is only obeying the word of the master. He is not using his knowledge, his experience, or his anything. He is only obeying the master. Naturally, his buddhi in yoga with the master. Okay? And since he is united with the master, he does nothing himself. He is merely obeying. And since he is merely obeying, he is like the master. That's exactly what he said in the other shlok, which you are referring to. There he says that I neither love anybody nor have aversion for anybody, because all are he himself. But what about the person who's always obeying me and who's become like me? Here it means the same thing, that he gives the buddhi yogam. It's his grace. He gets the buddhi yogam and then he just obeys. And he lives in unison with the master. जैसे साधारणतया हम लोग कहते हैं कि हमें वही करना है जो हमारे भगवान कहते हैं. But we never obey. We always do what we want to do. इसलिए गलत हो जाता है. We do what we like and then we say we believe. That's not believing. Believing means obedience. And if we believe, he says, such a person, he's obeying me with priti purvakam, with devotion, absolute devotion, unquestioning, and totally relying on him and his word. उसको मैं बुद्धि योग देता हूँ. यानी he gives him the wisdom of silence. आप समझा नहीं? हाँ बेटे.
Buddhi yoga means he's transcended his own intellect.
फिर से बोलो.
Buddhi yoga means he's transcended his own intellect.
Say it again.
Buddhi yoga.
Buddhi yoga.
Transcended his own intellect.
Buddhi yoga means when Bhagavan gives buddhi yoga, it's not the sadhak who is trying for buddhi yoga. Bhagavan, he identifies with the devotee. We can't have his wisdom without his grace. Isn't it? It's the master who has to give us the buddhi yoga, not we. Isn't it?
But we can surrender our mind and intellect.
If we surrender our mind and intellect, what do we get in exchange? We are surrendering to who? We are surrendering to the master. We are surrendering to Gita, to Bible, to Granth Sahib or anything, and you're going to obey that. Actually, in actual fact, this is no surrender. This is transcendence. Because we can make mistakes. We can do things which are totally wrong. We can do things which are not even kind or not even right. We can do a lot of things like that. We have to see, how do we look at him? Supposing we say, Master, you said this and I want to do something else. The choice is always, Bhagavan said this and so this is correct. I say this is wrong. Because my word can always be wrong. His word is always right. And such a one has no choice. भगवान ने ये कह दिया, ये ठीक है. Thy will be done, है ना? उनकी will कैसे पता लगेगी? That will be your destiny or things like that. But basically you will say, भगवान ने ये कह दिया, यही ठीक है. And you don't have a choice. And if we have a choice, we're making a mistake.
That is His grace, actually. Normally there would be a choice with our own intellect.
We should not have any choices if we believe. And if we have a devotion, then we have devotional faith. It will take you towards intuition and that wisdom. Because you're obeying the Master, you're not obeying yourself. This has to be done because this belongs to the Master. We have no choice. A person says, I have a choice. They say, I don't have a choice. Wherever there is a doubt, you have no choice. But where other people are concerned, they can do what they like. You are unmindful of them. Because you say, the Lord has created a situation. A person is behaving in a certain manner. Right. You'll keep quiet. So long as you're personally concerned in it. Personally. Otherwise, if there's somebody else involved, you may take very active part. Because there you're supposed to protect the other. There is nishkam karam. So there everything becomes different. But where you personally are concerned, you have no desires. ये हो जाए या वो ना हो जाए. You never want anything in your favor. Because Bhagavan has said so. He said, Nishkam karam karo or Nishkam ho jao and forget yourself. Then you forget yourself. Now you're getting it? That is why they say that a stage comes and people say anything they like. And you are a non-participant. You are a non-participant where your personality is concerned. But if you have a job at a practical level, then you'll do what the Lord would have done. You've got to do that. You understand that? You would do what the Lord would have done.
That's wisdom, actually.
That is wisdom, that is obedience, that's wisdom, that's the only thing worth doing, that's living in the spirit of the Lord. That is adhyatam. Adhyatam means abidance in the spirit of the Lord. And that will be wisdom. Seemingly you may be all wrong, but ultimately you will be right. This is what happened with Jesus. This is what happened with everybody, all prophets, all sages and saints and bhaktas. They passed through this. They obeyed the Master, irrespective of the consequence on themselves. Okay? They had no desires. I want this. I want nothing. Okay? Because they are obeying the Master, and the Master said, I am in all. At the same time, he hasn't told you to become an escapist where other people are concerned or where your jobs are concerned. You have to have integrity, honesty, and everything that you do should be in the interest of everybody else. And why not? So the basic concept of a man, I, the difference is in the basic concept, I and all. Bhagavan belongs to all and is in all. है ना? Puran. And we people are I and in one, and I and mine. So you can see the vast difference between the two. The horizon is different. The attitude is different. The vision is different. Everything is different. When a person becomes a devotee or wants to believe or wants to obey, he is obeying somebody who is all. He is not obeying anybody who is only attached to his own body and 2 other persons or 4 other persons. Isn't it? Naturally, there will be a different type of a buddhi. All meanings will change. Dadami buddhi yogamam. He gives buddhi yoga, which is for all. Buddhi yoga is for all. Buddhi yoga is not for one. So it is, everybody can enter that realm. Depends on us. If all obey him, there will be joy, then it's called Satyug. Everybody will have the wisdom to accept what he says, the word of the Master, as the truth. Otherwise, we'll go in the opposite direction.
But that wisdom is required to accept his word.
Normally, it should not have been required. Normally, we should believe that we believe in Ram, we believe in Krishna, we believe in so-and-so, whoever you believe in. The minimum we can do is obey. We believe he is the Lord and the Master. We believe what he says is the truth. Isn't it? The minimum we can do is obey without arguing, without anything else. Accept. And if we don't do that, then we are corrupt people. Because we are professing to belong to somebody, some sect or some religion or something, and we don't obey. We're cheating. Wherever there is wisdom, the obedience will be more and more and more. Ultimately, it will be to perfection. Then you will become a true devotee. And that's the time and the state, the intellectual state, to which he refers when he says, उसके आंतर से तो मैं ही बहता हूँ, मेरे प्रेम की बात नहीं। भगवान कहते हैं, ना मैं प्रेम करता हूँ ना द्वेष करता हूँ, पर जिसके आंतर से मैं ही बहता हूँ उसकी बात मैं क्या करूँ। ठीक है, दिस इज एग्जैक्टली व्हाट ही इज सेइंग अगेन। द वन हु इज इन लव विद डिवोशन, हु इज ऑलवेज डूइंग व्हाट आई एम डूइंग। Bhaj means khana also. And performance also. जिसके रोम रोम में मैं बसा हूँ, जो वही करता है totally devotion में what I would have done. He is in any case united with me. ठीक है? And since he is united with me, he only मुझे ही पाता है, वो मेरे को ही प्राप्त होता है। उसकी मेजरिंग रॉड कौन सी है? शास्त्र, the word of the master, and whichever shastra he believes in. That is why he is different. He is always in clash with us egoistic people. Egoistic people cannot have devotion. Egoistic people, they think themselves to be very superior, very intelligent, and more intelligent than the Lord Himself. And that is why they love Him, but they defy Him. And that is why whenever we have a prophet on the earth, or we have bhaktas, or we have sages, they're always in conflict with people, and especially people who pretend to be religious. Because they don't tally. Now you understand? But if you believe, इनसे जी जो भगवान ने कहा ना वही ठीक है। Oh mastermind. It's not a question of my protection. Don't protect me. My ego is very strong. I'm against you. Let me not win. Let me fail every time, because if I win, my ego will increase. He never says anything to anybody because he is not out to reject or to judge. People may say this and that, they can say what they like, but he won't do it. Why? Because of him there can't be trouble. Depends on the minds of others. Because they are interpreting, he is not. He doesn't judge. He forgives everything, so to say, because he doesn't believe in forgiving or judging or these things, because he believes in accepting. Okay? He is obeying what the Master said to an absolute extent. He is not doing anything for his personal aggrandization, because his arena, his area is so big, because the whole world belongs to the Master. And he doesn't want to become the king of the world. Even the small world, he is not the king. He does nothing for his personal aggrandization. Why? मेरा मालिक ऊपर है, मैं तो नौकर हूँ. How can a servant become a master? So he's only obeying. That's why they sing Priti Purvakam, with devotion. He is obeying with devotion and accepting what the Master said constantly, consistently, and absolutely. So he hasn't got a will of his own. Now you understand? And yet, he has the wisdom. Where is the wisdom then? His wisdom lies in the fact that he accepts. And is not at variance with people, though he doesn't agree with anybody. He can't agree. Because we don't agree with God. We don't agree with Gita. Have a look at it. A normal person doesn't agree. He'll say, why? I don't believe in it. Otherwise, he'll be doing service, nishkam seva, constantly. है ना? Constantly. नहीं करता. He's all the time thinking about himself and establishing himself. Why? Constantly. He's only trying to improve 1, 2, 3, 4 persons, and the balance he doesn't care. Why? What's wrong? What's the difference? Because he believes, but the believer will do things for everybody, and the non-believer for I and mine. They're radically different, isn't it? Absolutely different, having different meanings. So, one who has the wisdom accepts. भगवान ने ठीक कहा है, मैं गलत हो सकती हूँ. He can even go to anybody and say, तुम बता दो ये ठीक बात क्या है, वो कर देते हैं. ठीक है? But another one, he has his choices. So they are totally different. A devotee is different. A ज्ञानी is different. ज्ञानी के साथ उसको अपनी बुद्धि का भी बड़ा गुमान है. और भक्त को बुद्धि का गुमान उसका सवाल ही नहीं उठता. जो भक्त है उसके पास तो केवल भक्ति है. और दूसरे के पास गुमान है. If the jnana is born first, you got a lot of jnana, chances are you'll fail. Because jnana is not a performer. Jnana is going to establish ego. But a bhakt who is all the time thinking of the master will be egoless. So he will give him buddhi which is equal to the Lord himself to his bhakt. Idami buddhi yogam aham, says Bhagavan. You understand? But the bhakti is not aware of any buddhi yoga. He may be wisdom itself, he may be intellect itself, he may be an absolute expert in, connoisseur in many things, but he doesn't even know. He's not even aware of what he says. Why? He says, I never said anything because the master said everything. One person says, I have discovered this. Another person says, I never said this. Look at the difference between the two. One person says, I am knowledgeable. Another one says, I don't know anything. I just repeat what the master said. Okay? And he doesn't claim any relationship either. He doesn't have any rights over the master. Never. He never asks for anything, even for his own protection. He asks for only one thing, which is ever asking, Hey Bhagavan, make me humble. Hey Bhagavan, let me not have any pride. Thy will be done. Make me thy servant. That's the only thing he's ever asked, and the qualities he wants are all ego abnegatory. Because the divine qualities which Bhagavan tells us in the Shastras, they're all ego abnegatory. So he never comes out. He doesn't want to be known, he doesn't want to say anything, he doesn't want to do anything, he's just quiet. Whatever circumstances come, they'll do that. Otherwise he's not bothered. Why? Because या भगवान का नाम है या हमारा नाम हो सकता है, दोनों नहीं हो सकते, गलत बात. ठीक? So, he doesn't believe in it. He may be very intelligent, ityadi. People may say that. He doesn't believe it. He said, look, I am only a copycat. If he says anything, because whatever I have said is given in the Gita. Whether I perform or not, others can judge, or the Lord will judge tomorrow. Because I don't know. Okay? His measuring rod is the Lord's word. Minimum and the maximum. So how can he say, I know this, or I've done this, or I've felt this, or this is what I am? He just can't say. He doesn't know how to say that. Because he says, I have never said it. After saying everything, he says, I have never said it. Why hasn't he said it? Because he is honest enough to say, I have merely said what I have heard. I have merely said what is given in the Shastras. Whatever the Lord says, I have said nothing. Similarly, whether good or bad, whatever happens, he is not the karta. He doesn't take the credit for it because मेरा मालिक करता है, हम थोड़ी करते हैं. Now you get it? That is why there is buddhi yogam. ददामी बुद्धि योगम अहम. उन लोगों को why? क्योंकि वो मुझे ही पाते हैं और वही करते हैं जो मैं कहता हूँ. उन्होंने वो किया ही नहीं जिसको वो पसंद करते हैं. Because they don't know what they like and what they don't like. They have no likes and dislikes. They say, bhai, I don't know. Likes and dislikes are not for me, and I have nothing to say. कुछ समझ आ रही? So he talks a different language. And basically, his attitude is very different. If you can understand this shlok, you'll be able to understand the truth about bhakti, the truth about yoga, and the way it has to be done. This is the method also. Now you get it? And if you match up with the other shlok that you've quoted, that one says, which one is that? Okay, bete? 439. कि मेरा अप्रिय या प्रिय कोई नहीं है. ठीक है? मेरा अप्रिय या अप्रिय कोई नहीं है, किंतु जो मेरे को प्रेम करते हैं उनमें से तो मैं ही बहता हूं। मेरा प्रिय अप्रिय कोई नहीं है। भगवान जी कहते हैं मेरा कोई, ना मेरी अटैचमेंट है ना नॉन अटैचमेंट है, ना मैं किसी को बुरा कहता हूँ ना अच्छा कहता हूँ, मेरे लिए सब बराबर है। लेकिन जो मुझे प्रिय कहते हैं, मुझसे प्रेम करते हैं, मैं उनका क्या करूं? वो तो वही करते हैं जो मैं करता हूं। वो कहते हैं कि वो लोग जो हैं वो मुझे भजते हैं और जो मैं करता हूं वही करते हैं। उनमें से तो मैं प्रकट होता हूं। ठीक है? इसलिए वो भक्त हैं, वो तो मेरे जैसे ही हैं, वो तो मैं ही हूं। जिस तरह ये कह रहे हैं यहाँ पर, which was the श्लोक that we were doing, I've mixed it up, which was, हैं?
10वां
अच्छा, कि ददामि बुद्धि योगमम, है ना? क्योंकि उनकी बुद्धि वही है जो मेरी है। भगवान जी ये कह रहे हैं उनकी बुद्धि वही है जो मेरी है। तो बुद्धि योग की क्या बात हुई? वो तो मैं ही हूं। क्योंकि मैंने उनको प्रेम नहीं किया, उनकी निगाह तो देख जिसने प्रेम किया है। I haven't done anything, but look at them. They love me. वो जैसे है ना कि नानक जी ने राम राम कहा और हम लोग नानक नानक कहते हैं। हमें पथ नानक बताते हैं, भाषा बदल गई, जीवन बदल गए, सब कुछ बदल गए, पर वो राम राम करते करते चढ़ गए और वो एक हो गए उनके साथ। आप नानक कहें या राम कहें, बात तो एक ही कही है, अकॉर्डिंग टू भगवान, है ना? इसी तरीके से भगवान कृष्ण ने कहा मैं बार बार आता हूं, मैं बार बार आता हूं। ठीक है? और जब धर्म का हनन हो जाता है तो मैं उसका उद्धार करने आता हूं, मैं बताने आता हूं गलती कहाँ हो गई। ये गलती छोड़ दोगे तो ठीक रास्ते पे चले जाओगे। वो इसी के लिए आते हैं। वो घिरे होते हैं, दुखों से भी घिरे होते हैं, ऑल सॉर्ट्स ऑफ सर्कमस्टांसेस आता है, एंड वो कैसे रहते हैं और उनके शब्द क्या होते हैं, है ना? वो हमें आज जी कर वैसे बताते हैं कि ये ठीक है और ये गलत है। अगर इस संग में मोह में पड़े रहोगे तुम गलत हो। और दुख सुख जो होते हैं इनका कोई मतलब नहीं होता। फिर then they come and tell us everything that they tell us is the truth, is the way of life. We should live like that. If we live like that, we'll be the happiest. पर वो तो बार बार एक ही बातें कहती हैं, सब एक ही बात कहती हैं। हम लोग अलग अलग धर्म बना लेते हैं, वो बार बार आती हैं। लेकिन जो उनसे प्रेम करते हैं वो सारे ही भक्त होते हैं। ये भक्त और बड़े बड़े सेजिस और बड़े बड़े उच्च कोटि के हमें तत्व देने वाले तत्वज्ञ हर धर्म में हैं, है ना? और वो आकर नाम कुछ और रख लेते हैं, बट दे ओनली टॉक अबाउट देयर फादर। वही फादर सबके हैं। अब हम बदल लें तो हमारी मर्जी, ये तो हमारी दोष है, क्योंकि भिड़ना तो हमारी आदत है मैं की। लेकिन वो तो आकर यही बताते हैं, और उनके जितने डिवोटीज होते हैं उनका प्रेम एक जैसा होता है। भक्तों का प्रेम एक जैसा होता है, जिंदगी फर्क हो सकती है, रेखा, डेस्टिनी कैन बी वेरी डिफरेंट, बट भाव एक ही होगा। और उनकी डिवोशनल प्रेयर्स ले लो, यू चेंज द नेम, इंस्टेड ऑफ राम तुम कह दो कृष्ण, इंस्टेड ऑफ कृष्ण तुम कह दो जीसस, या किसी नानक का नाम ले दो। जिसका भी नाम लोगे, प्रेयर उतनी ही फर्वेंट होगी, और उतनी ही सच्ची होगी, और उतनी ही भक्तिपूर्ण होगी। सिर्फ आपने प्रेयर में से एक नाम बदला था, है ना। ये सब लोग क्या करते हैं, ये जिसको भगवान मानते हैं उसको जीवन में उतार लेते हैं, और उनसे एक ही बात मांगते हैं, हम आप ही की सेवा करना चाहते हैं। वी वॉन्ट टू ओबे दाई वर्ड। और वो भी ये कहते हैं, दाई विल बी डन। सभी ये कहते हैं भगवान से, जिसको भी भगवान मानते हैं, दाई विल बी डन। आपकी किंगडम मेरे हृदय में आ जाए, वो तभी आएगी जब मैं ये मानूंगा कि दाई विल बी डन। इन दोनों श्लोकों को मिला के अगर पढ़ो तो ये बनता है। आप समझा रही? इनके पास प्रज्ञा होगी, इनके पास वो बुद्धि होगी जो कर्मजम होगी। कर्मजम बुद्धि जिसकी यहाँ ये बात करते हैं एक और श्लोक में, वो कह रहे हैं कि उनके कर्म भगवान के वर्ड से मिलते हैं, उससे वो पैदा होती है। वो प्रज्ञा है, उसका जन्म ही भागवत वर्ड को जिंदगी में ट्रांसलेट करने से हुआ है। इसलिए ऐसे लोगों के पास कर्मजम ज्ञान होता है। उसको विवेक ही नहीं कहते, उसको परम तत्व भी कहते हैं, क्योंकि वो अखंड ज्ञान होगा और हमेशा वो ज्ञान रहेगा। वो ऐसी बात नहीं कह रहे जो आज बदलेगी और कल बदलेगी, वो नित्य है, नित्य सत्य ज्ञान देंगे। नाउ यू अंडरस्टैंड? हाँ बेटा।